fight before Godzilla vs. Kong, the king of the monsters' greatest threat in the oceans, the sea monster who claimed his ancient home. Tiamat, one of the alpha titans in the monsterverse. This female monster showed up in the graphic novel Godzilla Dominion, but was first mentioned and discovered as one of the original 17 titans from Godzilla King of the Monsters. We didn't get to see her in that movie, but the time for her to challenge Godzilla is now. The story follows Godzilla as he returns to the ancient lair of his, the one that he lost to a rival Kong eons ago. Here he doesn't find this Kong, only its bones. But Tiamat does not disappoint when defending what is now her lair. The Sea Dragon Titan is estimated to be over 1,000 feet long and is much faster than Godzilla in the water, possibly even surpassing the king as the true alpha of the oceans. On top of that, she has an assortment of abilities and special attacks that really challenge the Big G-Man, and give him one of his greatest battles yet in the Monsterverse. Remember to stomp that subscribe button and hit the bell to stay notified for more monster action. Residents of Dangerville, this is Jacob, and let's get to it. Godzilla swims towards a lone piece of land mysteriously placed out in the middle of the ocean. This place has changed. He dives down below. Others have come here, they did not leave. The rival is here. He can sense it, and yet something isn't right. He signals his intentions. No reply comes. He takes a mighty step out of the water and onto land. It's not long before he makes his way back into the water, and then she appears, Tiamat, ready to give Godzilla one hell of a challenge. And so it begins. She is strong, razor-edged scales cut deep, but he is stronger. She must go to her second tactic, spewing a strange chemical out of her mouth, blinding Godzilla. Brightness swallows his vision. He cannot see his enemy. But he has other ways to see. Just like many reptiles on our real-life planet, Godzilla has the ability to see the thermal energy coming out of Tiamat. With this ability, the fight can continue. He is no longer handicapped. He turns to face her, and then they both roar. Once again, her body cuts into him like 100 teeth. Here, below, she is at her strongest. He must take the fight to land. But as she tightens, his limbs grow heavy. The surface is too far away. No longer knowing if he is descending or rising, the tunnel seems endless. But eventually, it does end. Tiamat takes advantage of Godzilla being confused and chomps down on his throat. This is when Godzilla has had enough. He grabs the sea serpent by the throat. She roars out in agony. And then with all his might, he throws the sea serpent out of the water. She crashes into the side of the cave and crumbles to the floor. She's furious and lashes out at Godzilla, but he meets her with his foot directly on top of her head, crunching it into the floor. Again and again and again. But Godzilla is a kind god. He gives her one chance to get up and retreat. She gives one more mighty hiss towards Godzilla, clearly pissed off beyond belief. Godzilla then charges directly at her, gets right into her face, and lets out a hellish roar, his blue atomic fury just spewing out of his mouth. The two stop, stare at each other directly in the eyes. Then Tiamat understands. She cannot defeat Godzilla. He is the alpha, she must submit. She turns, heads back into the water, to never challenge Godzilla for this lair again. He knows he has won. But still, deep down, he wishes it was his old rival, the Kong who kicked his ass and put him in his place. Maybe soon there will be another ape that he can challenge and earn his revenge. But now is the time to rest. Welcome back to reality, well, something close to it. In water, this battle could have gone either way. Godzilla usually is the supreme fighter in the water, but Tiamat not only held her own, She was controlling the entire battle until the G-Man was able to throw her onto land where she was no longer a swift fighter. Tiamat really is a beautiful creature, I think, which fits well with the ancient myth of Tiamat being a lovely sea goddess of sorts. Her design is great, and I wonder if Manda, the sea serpent monster from Toho, was used as inspiration for this MonsterVerse sea serpent. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments below, residents. Remember the Kong skull? This was a foe who defeated Godzilla in the past, but maybe Tiamat was able to succeed where the G-Man couldn't. Perhaps she dragged this Kong deep into the waters of this lair, and didn't let go till the ape no longer moved. A possibility, but for now, nothing more than a bit of imagination. But now let's get to the Q&A that I brought up with you guys a little while back over on our community tab on the channel. So I asked you guys to ask me any question, literally any, and I've picked a few I want to, answer. So let's get right to it, shall we? Alright, so the first one, which is actually one of the very first comments that popped up, so well done, Radzilla13. You asked, which of your videos are you most proud of? And this is a really hard to answer question, but it's something Alistair and I actually talk about quite often, where we'll just be asking each other, like, man, we've been doing this for, what, 4 years now? Like, what's your favorite video you think you made? We've both made hundreds of videos probably at this point. And so it's hard to answer. There are a few that always stand out. I really love doing the comic book videos. So those are always fun because I get to throw in a little special editing effects and sounds and all that, and I just have a real good time making those videos. So one of my favorites is the video when Godzilla killed the Greek gods. And that was just fun because I'm a big fan of the Greek gods. I love Zeus and all of them, and I understand how they're kind of a-holes in the grand scheme of storytelling, and to see Godzilla just, easily wipe them all out, Zeus included. He embarrassed him. It was just really cool, and I had a real fun time editing that video. So that's probably one of the more ones that I'm proud of. But there's so many videos, I really can't decide which one I'm most proud of. That's just impossible. I do have some favorites, and maybe I can answer that in another Q&A. Alright, the next question I'm going to answer is from Landrew Soto. You want to know some interesting details about myself, so let's get to it. Alright, you asked me what is my favorite cereal, so judge me if you want, but I like cereal that isn't grossly sweet, but also not grossly tasting like cardboard. So I like Honey Bunches of Oats. So there you have it. Alright, sports team. My favorite sports team is the Philadelphia Eagles from the NFL. Americans will get that, people from around the world, maybe you don't, but yeah, they're my favorite team, and if you're a fan of football, don't judge me about how bad they did last year. Moving on, PC or console? Console. Grew up with it. I understand PC, you can get like really cool graphics and all your weird creepy nude mods and all that fun stuff. But I don't know, just something about sitting on the couch with the controller in my hand is way more comfortable than using a keyboard and staring at a screen a foot in front of my face. That's just me. Don't hate on me though, PC Master Race. I understand. And now I have one more question I'm gonna answer real quick for you all. I noticed that a bunch of you were asking about dinosaur content and Jurassic Park, and if we're ever gonna do any more, or what did this sound like, or what did it really look like? The answer to that is, well, yeah, we plan on doing more of those. Here's the thing, YouTube is weird. We really want to be able to cover even more on the channel than the MonsterVerse and Godzilla and King Kong. YouTube doesn't really like that. They like you to keep your content kind of the same. The algorithm gets all pissy when you bounce back and forth. So, sorry to all you dinosaur fans, that's just kind of how it works. We haven't forgot about you, and we never will, and we're gonna keep doing dinosaur videos. They're just gonna be spread around the channel through different time periods of when they make sense, and so yeah, dinosaur videos are gonna be coming, just not as much right now, because the MonsterVerse has done so well, and there's so many of you awesome fans. So I hope you liked that Q&A. Make sure to stay on top of our community tab if you want to try to be featured in the next video where we do a Q&A. For more awesome videos like this, make sure to share this video, give it a like, and tell all your friends so we can get the algorithm fired up. Thank you all for being residents and for watching our video. Massive thanks to Fox for editing this badass video. And as always, this has been Jacob, and I will see you in the next one.